Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today in this video I'm going to step you through my Cryptoblades weekly profit and how I manage my accounts. I'm also going to show you how much it costs to set up a profitable account at the moment and how long it takes to receive your return on investment. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, and these profits that you'll see on the earnings calculator inside of Cryptoblades are not guaranteed. It's always going to be risky because it's a low cap cryptocurrency investment. But with that out of the way, let's take a look at my weekly Cryptoblades profit and how I manage my account during a bear market. So here I'm using a tracker. You can find this website in the link below, and it allows you to put all your accounts into one place and see how they're doing throughout the day and know when to fight and things like that. And if we look at this column here, we can see all of the skill that I've earned throughout just this week. So you can see my main account here made 1.94 skill. Second account 1.8, 1.6, blah 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 blah, down until the 11th account, which we got 1.2, which is the newest account. And if we add all that up, we get 17.91 skill in revenue for this week. And for those just interested in the profits, I ended up making $536 revenue across the 11 accounts that I do own. And of that, about $292 was used to cover the weekly gas cost, and that means that I was left with $245 profit for the week. Now, how I manage all this is inside of Cryptoblades. Each week, I go to this staking tab here, and I select this staking option right here. Now, once you're on this page, you'll see here there's a timer. When this timer runs out, I go down the bottom of the page and I stake all of the unclaimed skill that I've earned throughout the week. You'll be able to see the unclaimed skill up in the top left here. At the end of the week, I go to unstake and I remove all of my skill except for 0.01. You can see it left here. And what this does is as soon as I remove it, it resets the timer again, starting the countdown for next week. I then do this for each account that I've got. And then once I've gone through each account, I go to each wallet and I transfer the skill. I'm just using this as an example right now. I transfer the skill to one of my other accounts, which is my main account. Then once all the skill is on my main account, I click on this button, buy skill, which leads me to ApeSwap. And then I make sure to swap skill to BNB. And then I input the amount of skill that I want to swap into BNB. I swap enough skill to BNB to cover the gas cost for the week. And then I go back to my MetaMask and I top up each account so it's got about 0.22 BNB each. Any skill left over is profit, and half of which I'll use to purchase new characters or weapons, and the other half I'll just pocket and I'll use it for whatever I want. So let's get into how much it actually costs to set up one of these profitable accounts and how long until I receive my return on investments for these accounts. Remember again that these profits on here are not guaranteed, and this amount will fluctuate throughout the week, and it even might just crash completely. You just don't know with these low cap cryptocurrencies. But before we go any further, if you find this kind of content interesting and want more NFT gaming content, especially Cryptoblade stuff, then hit that subscribe button. And if you've got any questions about any of this stuff, leave a comment below. So if we go to the marketplace and we search for level 1 to 10 characters from low to high price, we'll find that it costs on average about 0.55 skill per character. So that's about 2.2 skill for 4 characters, which you'll need to start. And then once we've got those 4 characters, we can go back to the market and we can browse for weapons. Now we want to find a 4-star weapon and find the low to high price. And what we're looking for in these 4-star weapons is to find one that's got really high stats, but is still a really low price. Now I was having a look earlier and it was in between the 0.6 to 0.7 range where you could find a 4-star weapon that had the stats that were quite high. And when I talk about high stats, what I'm referring to is you're looking at about a 350 average or 330 average plus weapon is something with high stats, and you can get it for relatively cheap. Usually people, like I said in my last video, they are undervaluing the price of the stats on the weapons, and so some people will just chuck up really low stat weapons for really cheap. However, maybe after my last video, I've driven up the price of those. But even you can see here, like this has got a 300 average. Nothing else was close to this, and it's 0.64 skill. But if you look, you'll find that people are putting on weapons at high stats for relatively cheap. You just need to keep looking sometimes you'll need to refresh the page. I just refreshed it now and you can see we found this weapon, which is ridiculously cheap compared to all the other ones. Someone just wants to get it sold, and it's got about, what is that, about a 320, 330 average. We won't buy this one because it's, you know, a bit of an outlier, but if you just keep searching maybe 5 or 10 minutes, then you'll eventually find a weapon that's good. So yeah, here's a pretty good one we've just found. It's about 340 average, but it's even got power as the main stat, which is even better. So you could buy this for 0.72. Again, like, these weapons are always going to pop up. You'll just search through and you'll find a high average eventually at around 0.6, 0.72. If you keep refreshing every couple of minutes as well, you'll be able to see the new listings. But you want to purchase a weapon like this, or alternatively you can search for a cheap 5-star weapon, which you're looking for anything that's above, on average, about a let's say 320 average weapon, 330 average, which, as you can see, like, even this first one that's the cheapest is pretty close to that. So to those wondering, can I just buy a 1, 2 or 3-star weapon that's like got good stats and then use that to farm instead? The answer is no, because it's very unlikely that you'll be profitable with those, and even if they're showing profitability at the moment, over time the developers have stated pretty clearly that they don't want 1 to 3-star weapons to be profitable for farming, and so no, you're going to have to buy a 4 or 5-star weapon if you want to be profitable for farming. However, let's just say you bought that 4-star weapon for 0.7 skill and you had the characters which cost 2.2, that's about 2.9 or 3 skill total. So let's just add up all of those. So let's just say it's 3 skill times by about $29. That's how much your initial investment was, $87. And now let's have a look at my accounts to see how much you earn per week. So we earned about 1.3 skill on a newer account with a 4-star weapon, which is what you'll have. So if we go 1.3 skill times $29 per skill, that's $37.70. And then if we have a look at the cost of BNB right now to see what the gas costs were, BNB's $335, and I calculated that on average I used about 0.07 BNB per account. So if we times 0.07 by 336, we get a cost of $23.52. So if we go 37.7 minus 23.50, then we get 14.2. Now if you need to get to that $87, then we're going to go 87 divided by 14, 87 divided by 14.2 equals 6.12, and that's how many weeks it would take you. So even in a bear market, like terrible conditions, let's just have a look at the Cryptoblades price over the last couple of weeks. Last week, if we go back, we're on the 9th today, if we go back to the 3rd, or the 2nd, we were on $60. So the price has gone down more than double, and you're still, even during when the price goes down by double, you're still gonna get a 1.5 month return on your investment, which is pretty good still. And being in a bear market actually matters a lot, because in a bear market, you earn much less skill than you normally would. And that's because you earn skill relative to the token price. Because if skill is worth a lot, then you earn a small amount of skill. However, when skill is really low, like it is now, you earn a greater amount of skill. Because at all points of time, the developers want this earning calculator here to give you about a 30-day return on investment. And because you accumulate your skill throughout the week, at the end of the week, if skill price has gone down from the initial price, which it has, then your profits also go down as well. Because it means that the skill that you earned and you had sitting in the bank has, over the week, it's depreciated. And if I were to cash out my skill when I earned it, rather than waiting for the full week, then I would have made a completely different amount. Let's just say I cashed it out straight away, which isn't really possible. Something more likely would be that the skill price would stay at, say, $40 for an entire week, because it was, it was staying around $40 for most of the week. If skill stayed at $40 for a whole week, how much return on investment would I have instead? And to calculate this, all I'm going to do is times that 17.91 skill that we had earlier, which is what we made throughout the week. I just times that by 40 instead, which gives us $716.40 rather than the $537. So we would have made about $200 more. However, the really exciting thing is when you think about how much return on investment or how much money you would make throughout the week in a bull market when the price is going up like what we had here. Because let's say you started around here at this price of like $4 or something, you would have been earning, say, let's just say you would have earned maybe like 10 skill a day or something like that. We would have earned a very high amount of skill because the price of skill was so low. However, because you can only cash out at the end of the week, you're waiting, skill goes up to $30, and now even though throughout the week you're earning less and less skill because the price is going up and up and up, that initial skill that you made that you didn't cash out yet is now worth 10 times the amount it was at the start of the week. And that's the power of a bull market. While you're earning and skill is at a low price, meaning you earn a lot of skill, if the price goes up and you've got it in your account for that whole week, then you earn so much more money than you would in a stable market or a bear market. On top of that, all of the assets that you have for your characters go up in value as well. Since there's more people trying to get into the game, there's less good weapons, there's more scarcity because there's not enough weapons to go around, and it drives up the prices. Everyone wants good farming weapons and things like that. Everyone wants good characters and high level characters. And so all of your assets also appreciate in value as well. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to make this video because I see a lot of FUD around Cryptoblades at the moment, but you can still earn quite a bit of money. It's, you know, like 20 something dollars a week US per account, which is, you know, that's nothing to laugh at if you're living in, you know, the Philippines or somewhere else. Like that's, you know, for a passive income maker that's only going to take you like 5 minutes a day. That's pretty crazy, like 5 minutes a day per account. That's pretty crazy, and this is during a bear market again. Like this is when things are low, this is when things are bad, and so if you can make that much money when things are bad, then I really don't know what people are complaining about, to be honest. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. If you enjoyed this analysis, then links below to everything that you'll need, that tracker if you want it. Hit that sub button, hit that like button, and comment below if you have any questions or if you have any ideas for future videos or things that you want me to talk about. Catch you later. Have a good rest of the day.